Pixar just announced the dumbest sequel that they possibly could have announced. Coco 2. I wish I could say this was an April Fool's joke, but it's not, sadly. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm actually kind of mad about this. And I'm someone who loves pretty much anything Pixar. Pixar can make whatever and I'll enjoy it. And unlike some people, I completely welcome Pixar sequels, just not this one. I know this is probably going to be a hot take, but I personally thought the first one was so overrated to begin with. It's easily my least favorite Pixar movie. It's good, I'm not trying to take anything away from it. I can see the appeal it has, but I would never put it as a top Pixar movie like some people would. But now that they announced a sequel, you're gonna hear it from me. This is seriously the last Pixar movie that I would ever ask for a sequel for. I would seriously rather get a sequel to Lightyear than this. That would excite me more, and I really mean that. The main reason this annoys me is because it just wasted a slot for a Pixar movie that could have literally been anything else. Of course it would have been great if they kept the train of original movies going, but if they really needed to do a sequel, there are so many great Pixar movies out there that are waiting on sequels. A Bug's Life, for example, it's been 27 years, where's the sequel for that? Even if they wanted to do one of their newer movies, I'd be so hyped for that too. Turning Red has a ton of sequel potential. They could have just aged May up a little bit and continued her story like they did with the Inside Out franchise, or even Elemental. I would love to see what happens with Ember and Wade after the end of the movie. I can go on and on because Pixar has so many great movies that never received sequels, but this is actually my worst nightmare in terms of Pixar sequels. You really have to ask yourself, what could this movie possibly even be about? I just don't see any scenario where they pull off a good storyline. And maybe I'll realize in 4 years that I was wrong, because we have to wait until 2029 to see this. But as of now, I can't see this being good. What's there to do? Have Miguel die again? Revive Ernesto de la Cruz? No matter what they do, it's just gonna feel like a recycling of the original. The only thing that I would recommend they do is stay out of the Land of the Dead with this one. At least for the most part. The first movie spent most of its runtime in the Land of the Dead, so I'm hoping to see more of the real world with this one. They could even create a new dimension or something like that. At least that would give me some good material for theories. But let's just see something different. I really don't feel like exploring the dead for almost 2 hours again. That's probably my biggest criticism of the original, to be honest. It just feels like one big side quest through Skeleton Land, with a few meaningful scenes sprinkled in here and there. If they really need to make a sequel to Coco and continue Miguel's story, if they really just can't resist, at least just create a different aesthetic. They already did the Land of the Dead concept, let's focus on something different now. That should be a one and done deal. I really don't want to see another movie that focuses on the Land of the Dead, but if I'm being real, that's probably what it's gonna be, unfortunately. It's also just sad that Pixar fell back into working on this many sequels at one time. Like I said, I'm not even a sequel hater, but when you look at their lineup, it looks like this is all they're doing going forward. We already have Toy Story 5 and Incredibles 3 in the works. I think they need to chill out a little bit. Nobody needed Coco 2. I actually still can't believe this is real. I really have appreciated Pixar's run of original movies over the past 5 years, but it looks like this era is coming to an end very soon. We have this new movie called Hoppers coming out next year, and after that, it looks like it'll just be sequels from then on out. This will make us realize how spoiled we were with original movies in recent years. I really feel that some of these originals didn't get enough of a chance with the way they were handled by being thrown onto Disney Plus and then being released in theaters years later. At that point, you can't gauge its success on box office earnings when everybody's already seen the movie. I really do hope that Elio performs well during its theater run to show Disney that Pixar can pull in viewers with their original movies. Win or lose, with how good that was, should go to show that Pixar still has it in them to tell good stories. I'm not someone who believes that Pixar ever fell off, but just that they aren't being given a fair chance by Disney. Because you know, if it wasn't for them, Coco 2 wouldn't be Pixar's first choice for a movie. Let me know in the comments your opinion on Pixar deciding to make a Coco 2. I'm really interested to see if I'm the only one who feels this way. But anyway, thanks for watching, and bye.